Hello everyone, welcome to my channel today. Today we're going to continue talking about hosting a stress-free Thanksgiving dinner. Hope you caught some of my other videos that I've already posted. And today we're going to talk about a tablescape. Well, I'm going to demonstrate to you for a tablescape. Hopefully by now you've already starting your planning process for who you're going to have, how many people you're going to have, what you're going to serve. Those are some of the first things you want to do. About a month out, I confirm invitations or I put out invitations. I don't send written invitations, but usually it's a phone call, a text, an email. um, Even when we're celebrating maybe somebody's birthday in October. One of them is mine. We'll have a chit chat at family gatherings and say, so who's doing Thanksgiving this year? So I decided to do it this year, and so I've already made my arrangements. But that's what I generally do, is about a month out, maybe 6 weeks out before Thanksgiving. If I'm hosting, I'll go ahead and start to invite people, make a list, see who is able to make it, and then I start planning my menu, and I plan my tablescape and my theme there. Every year I change it up. I like variety. So I don't know if you do too, but you came to the right place if you like variety, because I'm going to transform my table today. And that's what we're going to do today. But what I was going to say too is in planning, when you're planning your menu, think about who said yes, who's coming, and if they have food allergies. Things have really changed so much in the last 20 years or so. I remember back starting out. Now, I got married in 1982, and in that time frame, I probably could count on a hand um, people that I knew with food allergies. But now it's 2023, and just over the last 20 years, so many people have so many food allergies, whether it's nuts, dairy. Um, a lot of people have celiac or gluten intolerance. So you have to keep that in mind when you're planning your menu, because you don't want to have, say you have people with celiac or gluten intolerance, you're not going to want to have it packed full with dishes that have lots of gluten, and there's nothing for them. Here they come to your house, and they smell all the good smells, and there's not much they can eat. So keep that in mind. And there's so many gluten-free recipes and you can have a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner. You don't have to sacrifice good food. And case in point, I do have two grandchildren that have celiac. So over the last 10 plus years, I've been learning really how to cook foods, bake foods that are gluten free, because I want my grandkids, when we have a special get together, I want them to be able to um, enjoy all the festivities. And part of most of our celebrations, right, are around food. So um, yeah, I want them to have a good time. So think about your guests, and you want them to have a good time. And maybe I'll do a segment on some gluten-free uh, options for Thanksgiving. One of the things is, like, when you're making your gravies, we use flour most of the time. You can use cornstarch. Well, some cornstarches, I don't know, are totally gluten-free, but I use gluten-free flour. I have begun to get pretty good. I'm getting there and using the gluten-free flour, but you can make a gravy with that. You can make your pie crust. You can make your baked goods with gluten-free flour. We have found, my daughter and I have found a gluten-free dressing, stuffing. So, you know, I don't know what 99.9% of Americans make stuffing, traditional stuffing with their Thanksgiving. So you don't have to suffer on that. And then if you're making green bean casserole, now there's a few soup companies that offer gluten-free cream of mushroom soup and gluten-free cream of chicken soup. So now we can serve the green bean casserole and not have to make that all from scratch. Now, there's nothing wrong with making it from scratch. It's delicious from scratch, but we're trying to have a stress-free Thanksgiving, and so, let's make it easy on ourselves if we can use the canned soup for this occasion. But yeah, maybe I'll do a segment. I'll have to pick some things. If you have some ideas of what you want to have, some gluten-free ideas, whether it's a side dish or a dessert, please put something in the comments below so that I can offer you something. So that's what I want to do. But today I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna transform my table. And when you have Thanksgiving, we eat with our eyes. So I am a firm believer in decorating your table. And it just is like a little welcome sign to all your guests. And it's a special day, and it's a great way to show even your kids, it's like this is a special day. We're gonna dress special. We're gonna decorate the house. You're not gonna decorate every single room, but your living room, your dining room, little touches in your kitchens, just to kind of commemorate. This is a special day, um, and it's filled with special people, and we're cooking special foods to celebrate and the specialness of our country. So that's where I'm at. And this year, I'm just going to do a classic, kind of classic traditional tablescape, a little touch of retro in there. And so, what do you mean by that? So, it kind of just totally inspired again by some of the colors from the 1970s, which is kind of like olive or avocado green, um, burnt oranges, burnt yellows. I'm totally into that this year. So, and that's what I do every year. Is I kind of like, what am I feeling? Am I feeling? I want the traditional. Do I want something glam? Do I want something rustic? Do I want something whimsical? And that's kind of how I decorate and the theme I go to. If you're going to do something whimsical, now I love the ocean, so I maybe would do some pumpkins with some, starfish or anchors or seashells on them, something like that, and just have some unique beachy feel kind of candlesticks, and I would use, tans and some blues, maybe a little bit of green in there. But yeah, so there's like lots of ideas you can do. If you want to do whimsical too and get the kids involved, because we always usually have a kids table, you could take some of that craft paper or butcher block paper, freezer paper, parchment paper. Well, parchment paper, that would be a little bit more expensive, but I would use like freezer paper or butcher paper, and you can get a whole roll of it and put it on the kids table, and they can you can have them pre-decorate ahead of time. They could do a old-fashioned Thanksgiving scene with the pilgrims and the Indians coming together, and that whole 9 yards. They could draw pumpkins, they could draw turkeys, they could make the turkeys, with the turkey hands. So there's lots of fun things they could do, and they could do that ahead of time, or you could have the kids do that whenever all the guests start coming, and that gives the kids something to do together. You know, all the cousins and things like that. So there's some ideas for that. But let's get started with today's tablescape that I'm going to do with you. All right, so like I said, I'm going to do a classic, kind of a classic Thanksgiving tablescape. I'm kind of going, like I said, a little retro, and I'm a firm believer in tablecloths because I just think it dresses up the table so nice, and it just changes it from just not the regular everyday um, and any imperfections that you have on the table. I just love my table. I had this, got this like in 1990. It was my first. We got married in 1982, and it was my first like real set that I got when we were married. So yeah, so it was like 1991. Got the ceramic tiles, but this table has seen a lot. Had a lot of family dinners around it, a lot of baking of stuff. I got little cracks. And those cracks, one of the things from those cracks was when you were making Christmas cookies, and I was making the stained glass Christmas cookies. So you take those like Jolly Rancher, not Jolly Rancher, maybe it is Jolly Rancher type of candies, and you smash them and melt them in the cookies so it looks like stained glass. They look really cute. But I was younger then, and I didn't think about putting my pan on there and banging on the pan. I put cracks in my table, but I love this table. But it's seen some better days. So let's put a tablecloth on here. It'll look. Ooh, it snagged this. It'll look so much better. It'll look pretty, and it'll kind of go together with my theme, and it just pulls things all together. So that was simple. You'll if you don't if you're not one with tablecloths, when you go to order them, just keep in mind what size table you have, how many people you serve. I can serve 6 people at this table. It's a little crowded, so I didn't get the measurements, but you'll when you order a tablecloth, just it'll tell you the measurements and usually how many people you can sit, whether it's rectangle, square, whatever. But so when I order my tablecloths, I order for like a serving, a size for 4 to 6 people, and that's usually plenty big enough. And got to make sure if you have a round table, you need a round tablecloth. If you've got square or rectangle, so you want to order that appropriately. And so I used this olive green. It's kind of flashback to the 70s. And I think what's making it a little more classic is I'm using this burlap type of table runner. Now, it's a little bit wavy from being folded up for the year because I didn't use this for a while, and I probably would iron it. You can iron the back side. You see it's got this shiny material here, and just put it on a low setting. I probably could even iron it on this side too. Just a low setting so you don't scorch it, but take up that waviness. I'm not a perfectionist, but if I'm gonna go through the trouble of making it look nice, I will do that little extra step. And we're going to put a lot of things on here. So I pretty much got that centered. Now this is a small table, and sometimes it probably would seem like I have more space if I didn't put this. I just had that in my mind. I wanted to use that. So let's go ahead and what do I want to do next? I think I'm going to put the plates down. Pardon me, I'm not in the shop right now. I'll be in and out of the shop. So let me show you what I chose. They're so cute. So I did get new chargers because none of the chargers really that I had some green ones and they would just blend in. So I got these cute burnt orange. Are those really cute? I love it. And it has like a little, I don't know if you can see that. It's got like this little patina weathered type of look. It's kind of like the fad now. And then these are really like those Melomac or I don't have my glasses on, so but these are like a non-breakable dish and they're pretty basic. But I just love the color. I'm like into this color this year. It's like a burnt yellow. So I think it'll be perfect because that's like totally 70s color. And then let me go get the other little plates I'm going to use. Talk about total 70s. I feel like this is total 70s. So I got a set of 4 because I'm just having 4 this year. I got these at Hobby Lobby, just like all these other. But yeah, so is that floral print with browns, beiges, and white. And I got 2 different designs. I got 2 of these and 2 of these. Now, every time you have a holiday, you don't have to go out and buy new plates. But I've had a lot of the same plates for years and years, and I really wanted to do something different. And we were having a small gathering this year, so I knew it wouldn't, break the bank. And I always usually go to Hobby Lobby when they have the 50% off sale. So there you can save a little bit of money and you're not spending a ton of money. So let's go ahead and set that up. Instead, we're making a transformation to our table. You know it's going to be a special day. The popular thing, I'm trying to think how long chargers. They have been popular for so long, but you don't have to use chargers. You can also do, if you got some really cute placemats, you can do that. So already, I'm loving it. I'm loving it already. Let's see. Let's try to get these even as possible. Now you can see with 4 place settings, this stuff, it's pretty crowded. How do I want to do this? I think I'll put the bigger flowers on the ends and the ones. Oh, I love this. It's just how I thought it would be. I'm just loving those colors. Let me look through the camera and see. I might have to do a close-up. Oh yeah, I gotta do a close-up because you're just gonna think this is so cute. Jeez, this is totally 1970s colors. Sorry for the bumpiness. Sorry for the messy kitchen you'll see in the background because like I'm so busy with all this stuff. But yeah, that's those 1970s. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So let me go back here so that I can make sure we got, so sorry about that. Sorry about the wobble. All right. All right, so next step is the napkins. I chose this plaid color cloth napkin. It has 2 of the colors. Well, it has 3 of the colors what I've got on my plates. I've got the like off-white, the burnt orange, and the green. And I can use these many times. So I don't want to put it, a lot of times I'll put it on top of here. Sometimes I'll put a little uh, napkin holder. I'm not sure. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with these, but I might put them on the side, which if I had 6 forks around here, I probably would put them on the table or on the plate just because I don't have much space, but you could put it, you know, you could put it like this. That's pretty cute too, actually, isn't it? So that's one idea you can do, is if you can see that. Let me come a little closer with that. So see how I have it? Yeah, you can do that. And then I think, like I said, I only have 4 people this year, so I can put it on the side. So you're going to take, I always use a matching set when I'm having Thanksgiving. If you don't have enough for, you know, depending on how many you're feeding, if you don't have enough uh, of one set, you can mix and match 2 sets. But if you, I always save this set here for holidays, so it doesn't get used a lot. I mean, I don't have any fine silverware like silver, but a lot of people will use that, which is very nice. I just never got around to getting that. I always put the knife and spoon on the right. Many years ago, I took an etiquette class in college, and I remember that to this day, the knife and the spoon. Well, spoon is SPOON. Yeah, it's five letters, and it always goes on the right. The knife, I forget. There was a little jingle that we use to help us remember. Like, that's not that important, but the fork goes on the left. LEFTFORK. That helps remember to be on the left. I know, one of those little silly things. But I remember that. It's never left me. Whoever my etiquette teacher, she would probably be so happy. And I'm just gonna put this alongside of the fork. It just adds to the whole decor. Like I said, you can do, if you've got special napkin holders. And I'm not gonna do that this time. Just gonna put it alongside. And isn't that jazzing up already? Yeah. All right, so got the silverware, like I said, matching silverware. Oh, I do want to put this point. If you're doing a larger table, if you're serving, say you're having 12 people come, and you might only have a serving set of 6, you can mix and match. But just make sure it is a nice contrast and it's not like, you know, modern abstract type of dishes, wild colors, and then a traditional like Currier and Ives, or kind of a basic, very traditional basic style. Those that would not go well. But yeah, you can do that with mix and match. So when I'm putting glasses, I usually will serve either some kind of wine or punch, you know, and then I always like to have a water glass. Sometimes you'll do eggnog too. So a lot of times we use this for either wine or eggnog, and then you're going to want to have a water glass. And your water glass should go right up on the right side, water glasses and goblets, right above where the knife and the spoon are. And I picked, oh, I gotta tell you the history. So these glasses are totally retro. Um, Let me show you. So my mom had this set when we were growing up. Can you see that? So we had this set growing up, and I only had 3 pieces. My mom handed me down what was left, and I just thought it was the cutest thing. And I used to use this like for serving pudding and stuff. But as I got older, I decided to look down some antique stores, And I found this set. I think, I don't know if I have 4 or 6, but anyway. Yeah, so it's got the gold leaves on a frosted glass, and we're just going to put that there. It's totally a 70s look. And like I said, 2 glasses because it's a special day. And if I was serving a lot of people, depending on what beverages I was serving, I might scale it down to 1, but you pretty much probably will need 2. So let's take a good look at that right now. Yeah, I felt like these tall glasses, the water glasses, they're like just basic, kind of classic, kind of goes with my theme. So here you go. And see how that is shaping up. So basic, but it looks pretty. And so now I want to give you an idea of how it's going to look if you decide to put your turkey, if you decide to put your turkey on the table and some of your side dishes. One of my pet peeves is I do not like a crowded table. It just makes me feel a little irritable. And see, look at this is too big. Even I thought, well, just 4. I mean, we can make it work. Slide these down just a little bit, but see, that's going to be a little crowded. So you can either serve your guests, bring the platter to them, or get a smaller platter and a smaller bird. But I think this is like, I do have some smaller platters. I do have a green one, but it's square, but I don't know if it's quite big enough for my turkey. So you kind of have to work that out. If you know, sometimes we just love that Norman Rockwell feeling with the turkey and the sides all on the table and the family around the table watching Dad carve the turkey. So, so yeah, there's different ways you can do it. So I just wanted you to get an idea of how it's going to look. Now, I'm only having 4 people, but you can see I don't have a lot of space on my table. So um, I will put all the sides on the kitchen counter, and um, we will probably like do buffet style, and then everybody can sit down. And we all have enough space to be comfortable and not feel clustered. So we just want to have a nice relaxing day. But I just did want you to get an idea. Now I'm going to take that off because let's try some centerpieces. Now, like I said, I have a smaller table, so I'm not going to have this huge centerpiece. That wouldn't make sense. I can do something very basic. And actually, I've got some leaves here, and I might just do this. I might just take these leaves randomly and just, you know, not on my plate, but yeah. And you could use uh, these ones as um, name tags if you wanted to. But there we go. That's pretty much it. Let's put that there and then that there. So there's some ideas. That's one little idea. Sorry, close up. Can use my little teeny gourds that I have here, the little pumpkins. When I want to do a little rustic, I can put some little pine cones. Instead, you don't want to overdo, so just put a few on there. And let me get in here and get some little. Every year I store all these little decorations and I put them in these 2-gallon storage bags. And that way everything's all together when I have I have a big tote that I use. And I put all my fall things in there. So there we go. So that's very basic, but it's so pretty, right? So let's do a centerpiece. Now there's lots of things we can do. Oh, you know what? We gotta have, oh, let's do the candles last. So there's several things I can do for my centerpiece. I can use some fresh mums and put that in the middle, which is kind of my favorite. And I would get maybe a rust color, or if I can find, that yellowish color that's like on my plate. This is one of my favorites. So here we go in the 70s. Nothing says 70s like this glassware. It's like a amber, no, it's like a greenish color. Like, okay, doesn't that say 70s? Yes, it does. And so let's use this for fun, because this is my idea of fun. Ah, so pretty. I'll have to scan around the whole table. So I'm taking colors that are on my plate. I've got this little light brown, and I've got like a little bit of a tan silk flowers. Then I got a Hobby Lobby, and then I got the burnt orange in the middle. And there we go. Let's play with it a little bit. There we go. Now, that's totally 70. See, and I would be totally happy with that. And the nice thing about this, it's not so high that you're not talking over your centerpiece. You want to make sure your centerpiece isn't so big that you can't um, communicate. You're dodging each other. So I'm gonna go with that because I like totally love that. So my candlesticks, we do have to have candlesticks. So I feel like this is maybe a little bit too old. But I love these. These are like my pewter type of candlesticks. And I'm just gonna put those in there. You have to have some kind of candlelight. Oh yeah. See, that's like, I love that. And you're gonna have your matching. So let me scan that around. I'm gonna stop and then restart. So I'm doing this in a sitting perspective, so you just get an idea of how this looks. Now, folks, this just makes me happy because I had an idea in my mind. I knew the colors I wanted, and knew the feel I wanted, and this is just really what I wanted. And it makes me just happy. Simple things, but it totally transformed. And you can see the centerpiece. It's not so high that we're talking over the centerpiece, and it's not too big, so it's nice scale for this table. So let me go around and give you just the different views of this. I hope this really inspires you to set up a pretty tablescape. I'm telling you, it's going to make you happy. It's those simple things in life that I love beauty. I think beauty should be in every day. But this is a special time together. You know what? And you have to treat yourself to have some pretty things. And it's a nice way of training up your children and your family. It's like, we want to keep some of those traditions, keeping special days special, come together as a family, celebrate life, celebrate one another, celebrate our freedoms in this country. And we could have We don't have to have all this fancy, but it's just nice. I hope you're enjoying this. And like I said, there's ways I can jazz this up and change it a little bit. And I'll show you a couple little things. So I'm going to put you on pause. All right. And then I changed it up a little bit to give it more of a little bit of a rustic feel. If you can see, I put this wooden, weathered wooden candlestick with a little fall bow. I use those little Christmas trees that you use in little Christmas vignettes. There's a decoupaged pumpkin that I used. Oh, let's move that. You can get a look at that. Yeah, that was a fun do-it-yourself project that I did. Yeah, so I used fall napkins and I decoupaged that. So that's another fun idea. You can get the kids involved if you want to do a family project. That would be a lot of fun. You could use just your pumpkins for your centerpieces and or your tablescape. And then there's some wooden trees, very rustic looking, a little tea light in there. And that's how it looks on this side. I'd have to change that a little bit. But yeah. Well, that one's a little wobbly. I might not use that one. We're just using it for today. There we go. We have to kind of position it. But if I had kids, which I'm just going to have adults this time, I wouldn't have that pointy one because that's like an accident waiting to happen with kids. But do you notice anything else? So I switched out the water glasses. I had these cute. I had this retro set for a long time. It's pine cones, and it's on the white background with a gold leaf, and I thought it matches good. So yeah, so you can see there's lots of things you can do. If you wanted to glam this up, you would use maybe uh, golden candlesticks. Um, I mean, of course, the set here, these, I feel like this is kind of basically like rustic or classic, but you can totally change your color scheme. But I just wanted to give you a couple of ideas of how you can change it up a little bit from year to year. So, the one year you might do it kind of classic, the next year you can kind of do it rustic. Yeah, isn't that? Let me see if I can get a better shot. Yeah, so my favorite was the first one. Which one's your favorite, the second or the first? Let me know in the comments. So we're going to wrap this up in a moment. So I just thought I would take a minute while I'm decorating my tablescape, just give you a little bit of the idea of the colors I already have. I'm incorporating the colors I have into my tablescape. There I have the burnt orange and the burnt yellow. Can you see those candlestick holders? I do have some browns, which I have in my. That's one of my favorite things. I think my husband got me that, but I don't totally remember. It's this pumpkin soup terrain, but I use it for all kinds of things. There's candy in there right now, and then I have my glassware. I used to have a nice hutch, but when we moved from Texas to Washington, I did not have the space in the truck. So that's kind of my fall decor this year. And let me kind of come around here. Sorry. And we've got little fall. Grateful, thankful, blessed. And then we got some family pictures of different in the fall. So, and there we go. Isn't that pretty? Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video with our Thanksgiving tablescape. I enjoyed doing that, and I hope it inspires you to do something creative for your Thanksgiving table. So let me know in the comments below which one you liked better, the rustic or the classic. And yeah, let me know what your colors are, what you're going to use this year. I like to see what's the trending colors, because you see all the same things out in the stores. You know, they emphasize certain colors. I am seeing a lot of that burnt yellow this year. So it'd be interesting to know what if there's trending colors out there that people are using for this Thanksgiving. But if you like to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. And will you do me a favor too and share this video so that other people come along and get the benefit of it. And that helps me uh, be encouraged too to share more videos with you. So um, we will see you next week. We're going to start talking about side dishes and um, what you can prep ahead of time. That's important to know. There are things you can do even 4 days ahead to get ready for your Thanksgiving feast. And then we will also have an episode on uh, turkeys, on how to roast your turkey, whether you're going to do wet brine or dry brine. So I've got some ideas, got some things to share with you, and happy planning.